Hello, I'm Austin City Manager Mark Ott. Welcome to our Budget Basics video. The City of Austin is committed to an open and transparent budget process, and we take pride in our community engagement efforts. In this short video, you will learn about the broad variety of services provided by the city, how we pay for those services, and the basics of the budget process here in Austin. At the end of the video, we will tell you how you can learn more about the city's budget and how you can get involved. So, let's get started.
With a $3 billion budget and more than 12,000 dedicated employees, the City of Austin does a lot to make our community the best managed and most livable city in the world. But how does it all work? We'll show you. We help you get around town. Last year, the city maintained more than 400 bridges and 8,000 miles of streets. That's farther than from here to China. The city also constructed 27,000 feet of sidewalks and 39 miles of bike lanes, providing our residents and visitors with a multimodal transportation system. Our planning, economic development, and convention center activities help to bring new residences, businesses, events, and tourism to the city, resulting in new job opportunities for our residents and increased tax revenues to pay for municipal services. In 2012, the city's economic development efforts helped bring new business expansions from Apple, Visa, and HID Global to Austin. In the years ahead, these companies will invest $346 million in the local economy and create more than 4,700 new jobs. The city also contracted over 300 revenue-generating events through the Austin Convention Center, resulting in $51 million in hotel occupancy tax. We monitor those events and buildings through our Code Compliance Department. Our code compliance inspectors averaged 260 cases per inspector last year, amounting to nearly 20,000 cases investigated department-wide. The city also owns and operates its own electric and water utilities. These enterprise operations get high marks for reliability and quality, with less than one electricity outage per customer each year, and drinking water rated 30% better than Texas state health standards. Not only do these assets provide safe and reliable electricity and water to our residents and businesses, but the profits from these utilities are invested in the city, helping keep our tax rate low. To keep our streets clean, we turn to Austin Resource Recovery, which also recycles our paper, glass, aluminum, and plastic containers and picks up our trash. Last year, the city's zero waste initiatives collected over 54,000 tons of recyclable materials, enough to fill an 8-story building the size of a football field. We also diverted nearly 38% of the waste stream from the landfill to recycling centers. Our parks, pools, recreation centers, libraries, and cultural centers provide our residents with multiple recreational, educational, and entertainment opportunities. The City of Austin maintains over 23 branch libraries, 53 community pools, and 10 museums, cultural centers, and gardens. Last year, we served over 660,000 participants in the city's recreation programs, including fitness, arts, literacy, and storytelling programs. Our health clinics and animal shelter keep us and our animals healthy and safe. Nearly 8,000 school-aged children received immunizations at city-run clinics in 2012, and the health department conducted over 8,000 food establishment inspections. The city also maintained its no-kill policy at the animal shelter, successfully adopting, returning to owner, or transferring to rescue groups 90% of the companion animals that entered the shelter in 2012. Our Neighborhood Housing and Community Development Department helps people find or stay in safe, affordable homes. Last year, we assisted over 6,400 households through services provided by the Neighborhood Housing and Community Development Department, and we created or retained over 500 low-income housing units through the department's Rental Housing Development Assistance Program. We provide a safe and secure environment for our citizens and visitors. This is vitally important to maintaining our quality of life. Our more than 3,000 police officers, firefighters, and paramedics ensure that Austin remains one of the safest large cities in which to live, work, play, visit, and conduct business. In 2012, Austin ranked number 3 on the list of safest U.S. cities in regards to violent crime. Our services are a return on the investment you make through property taxes, sales taxes, and other fees. Because it's your money, we feel it's important to share exactly how those funds get allocated in the annual budget process. The City of Austin divides its funds into different pots of money to fund different city services. The city's largest pot of money, nearly $1.3 billion, is used to fund Austin Energy. We get most of that money from the rates you pay for energy services on your monthly utility bill. The city's other major utility, the Austin Water Utility, has an annual budget of $518 million. Similar to Austin Energy, the water utility gets funding primarily from the monthly water bills paid by customers. The next pot of money we'll talk about is called the General Fund, worth around $743 million. We get our funding for this pot mostly from property tax and sales tax collections. Within the general fund, nearly 2/3 of this pot goes to pay for police, fire, and emergency medical response. The other third of this pot pays for the day-to-day operation of the city's parks, libraries, health services, animal shelter, and planning activities. Keep in mind that only about 20% of your property taxes goes to the city. The rest goes to the county, the school district, and other agencies. Likewise, only around 12% of the sales tax goes to the city. The majority of your sales tax dollars go to fund the state of Texas and Capital Metro transportation. The general fund pot also receives funding in from Austin Energy and Austin Water. Since the city owns these utilities, the return on investment that would otherwise accrue to corporate shareholders gets reinvested back into the city. Other funds in the city's budget include aviation, resource recovery, drainage, public works, and transportation. The final pot of money we'll talk about is the one we use to account for the proceeds from voter-approved bond programs. In 2010 and 2012, voters approved just under $400 million for capital projects to help meet the city's growing infrastructure needs. These funds will enhance our streets, bike lanes, and sidewalks, improve our parks and recreation centers, and begin to address critical infrastructure needs at our 3 city-owned and operated cemeteries. In total, the city has an annual operating budget of $3.1 billion.
I hope you have found this video informative. The City of Austin strives to be the best managed and most livable city in the country, and your participation in our budget discussion is a vital part of meeting that goal. We want to hear what you have to say about city services and what you think our top priorities for the upcoming budget year should be. You can find out more about the city's budget and how to get involved at austintexas.gov.